Time to become a man. Walk forward, peripheral vision. When you got God, you got a friend, and that friend is you. They're afraid to fail. And it's like, no. If anything, if I look back, I always answer the question, what would you do different? I wish I would have taken more risk and failed more. And I'm still trying to challenge myself to that. Don't walk in there like you want to buy the place. Walk in like you own it. Do what you say. If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't over-leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it. Find out. And I was like, if I go to law school, that's making me a slave to a bad habit.
And the bad habit being?
Bad habit being, you'd be good at it. It's kind of what you're supposed to do. It's all you've ever kind of thought you were doing. It's what everyone expects you to do in the family. But remember, it's keeping me up at night. Law school, all the 20s, I don't know. I've also got this other thing. I've got a friend telling me, your short stories are good, man. You can tell a good story. Filmmaking, you can tell them that sounds fun. Then I go, my dad's paying for school. I gotta get permission from him first. So I go, okay, what's a good time to call him? And I remember I planned it out. I said, it was Monday. And I said, I'll call him now. I said, no, he's at work. Don't call him now at work. He won't be able to compartmentalize. This is gonna come out of left field for him. He's in the middle of pipe sales, right? I said, I'll call him tonight. He said, no, Monday, back from work, it's a stressful day. Tuesday night, 7:30. Second day of the week, he's into the work week. He'll have eaten dinner. He's on the couch having a beer with mom. Called him at 7:36 p.m. I remember the number. Hey, Pop. Hey, what's up, monkey man? So listen, can I talk to you about something? Sure. I said, Dad, I don't want to go to law school anymore. I want to go to film school. A little bead of sweat starts to go down the back of my neck. I'm like, here it comes. You want what? I thought he was going to go into all this stuff about like my ass. You think I'm paying for that? You know, that could be a hobby, but that's not a drill job. I thought all this was coming. And after about a 5-second pause, he goes, I hear this. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Yes, sir. Another long pause. Then I hear, well, don't half-ass it. And I remember just beaming, hopping up. It's like, yes! Launch pad, man. My dad not only said okay, in the way he said don't half-ass it was also, okay, let's go, big boy. Own that shit. Put some leverage, get some horsepower behind where you're going. Go do it. Now remember, to this day, and I've learned this later, I think, from becoming a father, part of what I believe happened to him and why he said that to me that way on that call was the way that I asked him. I wasn't really asking him, was I? I don't want to go to law school, Dad. I want to go to film school. I didn't stutter. He heard his son saying this is what I want to do. And what I think happened to him in that moment is what I think any father, any parent loves, is you raise your kids in a certain way and you give them a guideline, a ladder to climb. And here's the guidelines. And if you do it this way, you're most likely going to have some success in life and it'll work out. And then when we do it that way, we can be proud parents. But what do we really want to do when our kids are out of the house and on their own? We kind of want them to call one day and go, I'm breaking out. I'm going my own way. I'm going my own way. And as a parent, we go, as much as it may scare us, we're going, I gave my kid the confidence and the courage and the foundation to say they're going to go their own way. And in a way, I think every parent honors and loves that moment. And I heard my dad, when he didn't hear me stutter, when he heard me directly say what I said, and I wasn't really asking him, even though I was, out of respect, asking him. The way I said it, I wasn't asking him. And I think he felt that. Don't half-ass it. Can't do it. Don't say you can do it. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't over-leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it. Find out. Come out the other side. Don't leave it and go, oh, if I just would, That keeps me up at night. I think it keeps a lot of us up at night. Half-ass something you just don't know. Whether you failed or succeeded, got what you wanted, didn't get what you wanted. Finding out and looking in the mirror and going, didn't half-ass it. I went all the way. I found out, and that ain't for me. Or I found out and being right there. That's a great place to get to. But the limbo of not knowing, half-ass something, the limbo of going, I hedged my bet.
What could have happened?
You don't know.
And you still have a hunger for more.
I think I mean, not overall, but I think there's many things that I'm not fully assing. I think there's many things that I'm still could take further, that there's still many things that more risk I could take and more bravery I could have. They're afraid to fail. And it's like, no. If anything, if I look back, I always answer the question, what would you do different? I wish I would have taken more risk and failed more. And I'm still trying to challenge myself to that today. But we have this relationship with failure as like an embarrassing thing to do instead of shaking hands and going, no, failure will happen. And if it doesn't happen, you're probably not taking enough risks or you're not getting out of your comfort zone. So no, failure is part of the successful path. It's necessary. And we don't have a good relationship with it.
How do you deal with when someone disappoints you based on your expectation?
I'm quicker to say, yep, that was reality. That's what they're able to do, whether it's forgiveness or amnesty or whatever you would call it, with others than I am for myself.
Explain.
I expect perfection from myself a lot. And I don't reach it. And I know I can, or I believe I can. That's a better word. I believe I can. And I don't want to quit believing I can. That's sort of where I find myself in approaching life. Keep going for perfection. Keep finding that reality comes in under that. And you will have climbed more stairs, if we're going to have a vertical, by the end. You will have had more quality. Your roots will have been deeper and wider, inside and out, vertically and to the south, than if you didn't chase that perfection. The challenge for me is when reality comes in and it's served and the bell's rung and there's no more time to take the test, when you see that you didn't make 100 and you made an 88, how quickly can you go, instead of going, oh, dude, or how quickly can you go, all right, 88, not bad.
Yeah.
So again, that pursuit of an ideal, plus the practical, what's the next solid step?
Yeah.
And I work to become, I work to try and remain as much as I can to feel satisfaction in that reality. But that's the hard part, is how quickly can you go from, like I say this all the time and I don't like it to be misconstrued. I've never made a film that lived up to my expectations. No, lost the father dropped the anchor deeper and got more secure. That was 92. That was 5 days into shooting my first film, Dazed and Confused. The loss of him, one, which was, I didn't think he could die. Obviously he could, and he did. But him passing away after the shock in the morning really woke me up to go, oh, you don't have that, talking about parachutes again, you don't have that one being in your life that has your back, that in my mind was above government, above religion, everything. Oh, if I'm really in a pinch, Dad's got my back. You don't have that anymore, Matthew, so all the things he taught you that you kind of been acting like, it's time to become those and put your ass on the line, me. I remember that's around the time I carved into a tree. In the middle of the night, I woke up and these words were just stuck, and I went and I was like, I'd be less impressed and more involved. And my father passing on, the world got flat. Things that I revered, wow. Mortal things that I revered, people, places, all of a sudden, my eye got level. Things that I was patronizing, condescending, and looking down my nose at rose up to eye level. And I was like, time to become a man. Walk forward, peripheral vision, get it, own yourself, walk forward with more courage, and start becoming the man you want to be instead of acting like it, putting it off.
Be less impressed and more involved.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that? And where did that come from?
It came from, we grew up hardcore on gratitude. I'm a very thankful guy. And being thankful and having gratitude is very important. But you can't stop there. Because too much just, oh, I'm so happy to be here. You're so impressed to be here. Thank you for having me, which we should have. But if you live only there, we can't be present and be involved in whatever we're doing and do it as well as we want to do it. You gotta go, no, thank you for letting me be here, and I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah, it did have something to do with it. Look, when he said don't half-ass it, he was, and I talked about this, he wasn't only giving me permission, he was giving me a responsibility. He was going, I knew I had his word with me in my future decisions. I was making it for more than myself. I wanted to fail less because I didn't want to embarrass him. And that was extra motivation, extra strength, extra courage, extra sobriety, extra like, well, let's find out. Go for it. Go for it. It carried on into other stories of other jobs. Time to Kill with Joe Schumacher going, I want the lead. It's me going, I want to find out. And Dad told me not to half-ass it back there a few years ago, you know? So if I don't go for it, if I embarrass myself, I'm embarrassing him. So that was also some incentive and some weight behind those moves that I made. Some of them. I do have a pretty quick threshold for being able to laugh, like honestly start giggling when I'm in the shit. Because I've found that I'm able to handle shit better if I just start going, are you kidding me? And I'll get objective and remind myself things like, you gonna die, McConaughey, which gives me that, so look, this is not a thought. I also quickly somehow comes in my head, not right now, but one day this is gonna be a great fucking story. I quickly go to that, I'll project forward into those places that ease me a little bit, at least maybe look at it with a good eye. I'm nervous before I'm gonna go speak or something. I got a little thing in my walk, you're gonna die one day, McConaughey. And I'm like, that relaxes me. If I'm going in, complacent, I got another note and tell myself, what you're about to say and do will outlive you, so you better do it well, to get me more on edge.
What's the difference between a nice guy and a good man?
A nice guy gets along. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. They don't necessarily have discernment or judgment, not sure what they stand for or stand against. It's like, yes, sure, yeah, hey. A good man has ideals that they stand for and they'll stand against, and when they're tested, a good man is not a nice guy. I was feeling like my work was just me as a nice guy. And in life, I was not just a nice guy. Like I said, Camilla's pregnant, I got a child coming. I was feral with masculinity. And in my work, maybe I was feeling a bit neutered. And I was like, well, I'm a good guy and a good man in life, but I'm just a nice guy at work. Can I be roles that can be a good man? And that was dramas. Because in dramas, you can stand for or stand against something. Your ceiling for pleasure and your basement for pain are up to you. How do you feel about it? And no direction can go, that's too much, or that's not enough. You got too angry there. Oh, you meant that too much. That didn't come in a drama. Those come in a rom-com, right? Because the emotions and how you feel are compressed to be in a buoyant level and a threshold that's up bouncing from cloud to cloud only. Dramas are as much pain, as much evil as you want to go, as deep, dark you want to go. Get there. Let's see how far you go. How high you want to fly. How close to that sun you get before you get burned. Go. Let's see how far you go. That's what you get in a drama. Much more like real life. And so, good guys being a good man's a lot harder for good reason. You're not going to be most popular. You're not going to be always most affable. It also doesn't mean you got to be a dick or an asshole. It just means sometimes you're going to go, I believe in this is for me, and that is not for me. And because that is not for me, if you do trespass into my space upon me and my family, I will do my best to cause consequences. And I'm going to let you know that. I hope that's apparent. Because I'm not going to intrude on you, but if you trespass that, I'm going to stand up for it. And that, we can talk our way out of that, great. No, it doesn't always work that way.
A good man's not looking for trouble, you know? But if it comes, and if he or something he cares about most were susceptible to being trespassed on by trouble, a good man does what he can to do to stop that. Humility is admitting we have more to learn